What's going on, my friends? So good to see you guys again. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. Really means a lot. Y'all, I've got a spicy video coming your way today. I have been wanting to talk about this for a while, and so I'm excited to jump into it with you today. Before we get into this video, jump on down, like, and subscribe. Y'all, we're nearing that 1,000 subscribers mark, and I would love you to come along and just help me send it right over the edge. And while you're down there, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see on this channel, whether it be more gear stuff, whether it be vlogs, gigs, whatever it might be. I want to hear from you guys, so let me know. With all that being said, let's jump on into this video. So whenever you're a guitar player and you jump online to learn about pedals, whether they be overdrive distortion pedals or modulation or delay, reverb, whatever it might be, you'll very quickly realize that people will group all of these different types of pedals into kind of subcategories. So if you're talking delay pedals, you might be talking digital delay pedals, you might be talking analog delay, you might be talking about tape delay. And overdrive pedals are the exact same kind of thing. You have your tube screamers, you have your blues breakers, nobles. Along with that, you have the topic of today's video, the Klon. Now at this point, you might be really familiar with the Klon due to the fact that it is fetching an insane amount of money on the used market, thousands and thousands of dollars. It's just ridiculous. Now, when it comes to a Klon style pedal, there are a lot of things that can be said about the characteristics of the sound of the pedal. Some of the words that you might hear are maybe the biggest buzzword of all pedal buzzwords, transparent. A lot of people say that it's a transparent overdrive. You might hear that it's a clean boost. You might hear that it has a mid bump. Out of all those characteristics, the thing it's probably most well known for, and I'm going to try to explain this in the most basic way possible, seeing as how I'm not really a techie person, but as you turn up the gain on the pedal, it goes from being your straight up clean sound that will blend out as the gain blends in. Really unique for the time. Nobody was doing anything like that I'm aware of. And so I can see how that would be appealing to some people. I've heard other people describe it as being more amp-like in the way it starts to break up. I'm just gonna go ahead and come right out and say it. I really do not enjoy the Klon sound. Never have. I don't think I ever will. You know, my mind is open to it. I just don't feel much of a need to keep trying it. Every time I do, I just do not enjoy it. Now, I know the very first thing somebody's going to be thinking as soon as I say that is, Chad, you haven't played a real Klon. You don't know. You haven't experienced the real thing. I've played probably 4 of the real ones. I've played maybe 2 or 3 of the KTRs, and I've played loads and loads of clones. I owned the J-Rocket Archer for a hot minute. It's just not my thing, man. I cannot get along with them. I don't know why I would feel the need to keep trying when I know it's not my thing, but I just don't like it. Can't get along with it. Another thing some of y'all might be saying is like, oh, but you have to play more of them. It might, you know, all the originals are different. They all sound a little bit different. Are you kidding me? They all sound nearly identical. Sure, there are going to be some things here and there that make them sound slightly different. Anything that is hand wired is going to sound a little bit different depending on certain components, but the likelihood of these pedals sounding drastically different would have to fall on some sort of faulty part. And in talking to some of my pedal builder friends, if you have 2 Klons that sound drastically different, one of them is faulty in some way or another. Sure, there might be really small, minute differences between them, but if you have drastic changes happening, there is some kind of problem going on. It's a faulty part or whatever it might be. Now, when it comes to the Klon, there are 2 main camps as far as how to use it. There are the people who use it as an overdrive, and then there are people who use it as a clean boost, whether it be before or after your overdrive and distortion pedals and things like that. As far as using it as a clean boost is concerned, I don't think it is bad per se, but I do think that there are pedals out there that are way better suited for that job. If you're someone like me who prefers to hit their overdrive pedals with a boost as opposed to boosting after your overdrive pedals, I don't really like adding any gain. Now, with the Klon, up until a certain point, you don't get any gain. It's just clean and you can boost your volume that way. But again, do I need to buy an $8,000 pedal to be able to do that? No. Do I need to buy a Klon clone to be able to do that? Absolutely not. I'd rather buy my preferred clean boost at this point, which is an RC booster. It's not overly colored in any kind of way. You're not going to be getting that mid bump. I tried using the Archer in this way for a while, and it just did not do it for me, man. I felt like I was trying to force it to work, and it just did not work for me. As a rebuttal, I'm sure some of you guys are like, yeah, but the mid boost going into your pedal is just going to help with those leads, and it's going to make them cut through well and all of that stuff. And I don't totally disagree with you, but again, I would say there are pedals that are better suited for that kind of thing than a Klon. I would far prefer something like a Boss EQ pedal, something where you can manipulate multiple frequencies. You can boost certain spots in the mids all over the place and cut other spots and do a lot of things, as well as doing a volume boost. And it just, to me, does a way better job, for one, being multifunctional, but for two, of just being a great boost into the overdrives. As far as the actual gain sound of the pedal is concerned, I think that's on a rig by rig basis. I think it maybe is on a guitar by guitar basis. There are times where I think it sounds really, really good when you gain it up, you know, if the mids aren't getting out of control or anything like that. But I also think there are times where it sounds awful. I mean, awful. I think for me and for my rig, the mids are a little bit too pokey with the Klon. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me. It's not really all that inspiring. Does that mean it's completely useless all the time? Absolutely not. But for me, I just didn't find myself really ever wanting to go to that sound. Now, as I said earlier, the biggest kind of game changer with the Klon was that when you rolled the gain up, the clean signal would roll out while the gain rolled in. This was a huge selling point for a lot of people. A lot of folks said it sounded really natural and amp-like, as I said earlier. For a long time, there were certain pedals that when I played them, I couldn't describe really why I didn't like how they felt or how they sounded. And at one point I was watching a video with Tom Bukovac when he was doing a blind pedal shootout. And I heard him say something about the tube screamer, about how you can always hear a little bit of the clean sound in with the dirty. And it was like a revelation to me. Maybe that seems pretty elementary to some of you guys, but to me, I didn't really ever have a way of actually describing what I was hearing like that. The second I heard that, it made total sense. I really, really hate that. It's another reason I can't really get with a tube screamer. A lot of people saying it's amp-like makes zero sense to me. Having the luxury of being able to crank on these amps and stuff, the Klon just, it doesn't do it for me. It doesn't remind me of that at all. It's just not an enjoyable type of drive for me. Now, I have sat here and trashed on the Klon for the last however long, and you might be sitting there thinking like, Chad, you idiot. This is the best overdrive in the world. And now here's the great thing about this. If you think it's the best overdrive on the planet, you get to think it's the best overdrive on the planet. I think that's the beautiful thing about gear. You know, Rhett Shull has made a video about how the Boss DS1 is an absolutely amazing pedal. And I could not disagree more with something like that, but he likes it and other people really like it. I can't get with it, and it's the same deal with the Klon. There are so many people that love to use the Klon, and I just don't like it. I know there are plenty of other people out there who also don't like it. We all get to have our own opinion. It's the beautiful thing about gear. All of our ears are different, our hands are different, and that's kind of what gives us all a uniqueness. We all get to become the players that we become and have the sounds that we have because of our preferences and things that we've come up doing and learning and whatever it may be. So if I had to leave you with one phrase here, it would just be play what you love as long as it's not a Klon. Okay, you can play a Klon if you want to. Anyway, that's all I've got for you guys. Y'all jump down in those comments. Let me know how you feel about the Klon. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I want to hear what you guys have to say. And while y'all are down there leaving those comments, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate you taking your time and spending it with me watching this video. It means so much. But y'all, with that being said, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.